Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we cut through the noise. No filters, no rose-colored glasses. We just break down what's really happening in America. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join the crew, because today we're diving into something that could hit your wallet harder than you think. Picture this. You wake up, check the news, and boom, the Supreme Court of the United States just delivered a massive punch straight to the heart of Trump's biggest economic promise. In a 6-3 decision, they struck down most of those sweeping global tariffs he pushed so hard. And this isn't some minor legal footnote. This is a real, tangible blow to his entire America First economic playbook that he sold to you as the ultimate fix for American workers. And now, imagine the market's reaction. S&P 500, Dow, NASDAQ, they all shot up right after the ruling came out. Investors are literally celebrating. Why? Because they know what Trump apparently didn't want to admit. Those tariffs weren't a rescue mission. They were a huge drag on the entire economy. Today, friends, I'm going to unpack all of this step by step. I'll share my honest thoughts, explain why I've been super skeptical of this whole Trumponomics thing from day one, and why this Supreme Court decision is actually good news for the average American. Stick around till the end. There's heat coming. Real-life examples that affect your paycheck, your shopping cart, and what might happen next. If you're watching from the US, this is directly about your money, your bills, and your job. So here's exactly what happened yesterday, February 20th, 2026. The Supreme Court, in what's already being called a landmark case, ruled 6-3. The president can't just unilaterally slap massive tariffs under the IEEPA, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. That law was written for actual national emergencies, wars, genuine foreign threats, not for one guy to declare trade war on the entire planet and slap 10 to 60% duties on almost everything coming into the country. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote it plainly in the opinion. Based on two words separated by 16 others in IEEPA, regulate and importation, the president asserts the independent power to impose tariffs on imports from any country of any product at any rate for any amount of time. Sounds like a toddler's tantrum, right? But that was the reality Trump tried to sell as genius strategy. 3 conservative justices, Thomas, Alito, and Kavanaugh, dissented. But even the conservative majority said, no way. That matters. Even some of the justices Trump himself appointed didn't back him on this. It shows the checks and balances system is still alive, even if it's creaking. For me, that's proof the guardrails still work, barely. Now let's be real about what these tariffs actually were, and why I've been skeptical from the start. Trump comes back to the White House, declares Liberation Day, and starts bombing the world with duties. 10% on goods from pretty much every country, higher rates on China, Mexico, Europe, even allies. He said, this will protect American steelworkers, auto workers, farmers. China will pay. We win. Sounds super patriotic, doesn't it? But reality was very different. First off, tariffs aren't a tax on China or Europe. They're a tax on you, the American consumer. Importers just raise prices and pass the cost straight to you. Studies already showed that in 2025, the average American family lost about $1,750 because of these tariffs. $1,750 out of your pocket, just so Trump could flex and say, I'm tough. Your new phone, clothes from Walmart, car parts, even your coffee maker, everything got more expensive. Farmers in Iowa and Illinois, the ones Trump promised to protect, they got hammered again by retaliatory tariffs from China. They lost markets for soybeans, pork, corn, just like in 2018. History repeating itself, only bigger this time. I've always been skeptical because economics isn't reality TV. Tariffs only work in very narrow cases with a clear strategy and congressional backing. When one man just hits the tariff everything button, it's not strategy, it's a show. And we already saw the results. U.S. trade deficit hit record highs despite the tariffs. The economy grew only 1.4% in Q4 2025. Inflation didn't drop as fast as promised because tariffs themselves fuel inflation. Trump said he'd wipe out inflation in one day, but instead, he made everyday stuff more expensive for regular people. And here's the juiciest part: the market reaction. The second the ruling dropped, S&P 500 jumped 0.6, 0.7%. NASDAQ almost 1%. Why? Wall Street hates uncertainty. Businesses couldn't plan for years. Today, 10%. Tomorrow, 25%. Next week, Trump tweets something new. Now that uncertainty is gone. Retailers, tech companies, automakers, they all breathed a sigh of relief. Stocks of companies heavily reliant on imports soared. That's the best proof the market itself thought Trump's tariffs were a bad idea. Investors vote with money, and today they voted against Trump. For me, this is yet another reason I'm skeptical of his whole economic philosophy. Trump loves saying, "I'm the best businessman." But a businessman who doesn't understand that tariffs are a tax on his own citizens isn't the best businessman. He's a populist playing on emotions. China's ripping us off, he yells. Sure, China has issues, but the fix isn't punishing American consumers. The fix is smart, targeted policy, investing in domestic manufacturing, education, infrastructure, not making everything more expensive with one pen stroke. Imagine a regular family in Ohio. Dad works at a factory. Mom shops for groceries. They believed Trump when he said China will pay. But in reality, they paid higher prices at the store. And now the court says, sorry, that was illegal. And what happens? Do they get their $1,750 back? Governor Newsom is already demanding immediate refund checks with interest. But will Trump do it? Doubt it. He's already calling the ruling a disgrace and will probably try to bypass it with new executive orders or pressure Congress. Because admitting he was wrong isn't his style. Let's be honest, friends. This decision is a win for the average American. A win for anyone who just wants to buy normal stuff at normal prices. A win for businesses that crave stability. And at the same time, it's a loud wake-up call. Even a president who controls his party can't just ignore the law forever. The system is still holding, barely. What's next? Trump's already promising new tariffs, sector-specific ones on steel, cars, tech. The White House says they'll replace the struck-down ones with different authorities. But every move like that will now face way more scrutiny from courts and Congress. That's good. It means no more one decision and the whole world goes to hell. I want to hear from you. Are you in the U.S.? Did you feel these tariffs in your wallet? Do you think Trump had the right to impose them? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments right now. No sugarcoating. If you agree tariffs were basically a tax on you, smash that like button. If you think the court got it wrong, tell me why. I read every comment. If you love this kind of deep, honest, no BS breakdown of American news, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. We cover it all: economy, politics, courts, streets. No propaganda here, just facts and my real take. Thanks for hanging out with me for these 15 minutes. Take care of yourself, protect your wallet, and remember, truth eventually wins, even if it looks like it's losing at first. See you in the next video. Peace.